We're counting down the 8 pivotal moments that rocked Jack Nicklaus's empire, ranked from lasting legacy to the courtroom climax that stunned the golf world. From record-shattering victories to high-stakes business battles and devastating legal twists, each entry reveals how reputation, contracts, and power plays collided. Which turning point redefined the legend's fate? Let's begin with number 8. Jack Nicklaus's name stands for more than trophies. For decades, he has been the face of golf's golden age, with 18 major championships, a record untouched by any player before or since. Fans around the world know him as the Golden Bear, a nickname born from his powerful presence on the course and his signature blend of calm and intensity. His victories at Augusta, Pebble Beach, and St. Andrews made headlines, but so did his sportsmanship and commitment to the game's traditions. Over time, Nicklaus became more than an athlete. He became a symbol of excellence and integrity, inspiring generations of golfers and fans. His reputation opened doors beyond the fairways, fueling a brand built on trust and achievement. Philanthropy followed, with millions raised for children's hospitals and community causes. The Nicklaus legacy, both on and off the course, became a valuable asset, one that carried real weight in business, public life, and the global conversation about what it means to be a champion. In 2007, the business side of Jack Nicklaus's legacy took a dramatic turn. For $145 million, Nicklaus agreed to transfer the rights to his name, image, and golf course design business to a newly formed entity called Nicklaus Companies. The deal was backed by financier Howard Milstein, whose vision was to build a global licensing powerhouse around the Nicklaus brand. This brand transfer reshaped how the name would be managed. This was not just about golf course architecture. It included commercial control over endorsements, merchandise, and the use of Jack's likeness worldwide. The arrangement brought in outside capital and business expertise, but it also shifted the balance of power. For the first time, decisions about the Nicklaus name would be made by a boardroom, not the man himself. The deal established a blueprint for monetizing sports legacies on a global scale, but it also planted the seeds for future conflict. As Nicklaus Companies expanded, the distinction between personal legacy and corporate ownership grew more complicated, setting the stage for the battles that would follow. Legacy. In 2017, Jack Nicklaus stepped down from his executive role at Nicklaus Companies. With that move, a 5-year non-compete clause locked into place. The agreement was clear. Until the clause expired, Nicklaus could not design golf courses on his own or outside the company's control. For a man whose signature once shaped fairways from Florida to China, this restriction was more than a business formality. It was a forced silence. The clock started ticking the moment he resigned, counting down through 5 long years. Behind the scenes, Nicklaus Companies continued to expand, licensing his name and design philosophy around the world, while Jack himself was legally barred from launching any new projects under his own banner. The non-compete ended in 2022. That expiration was not just a date on a contract, it was a loaded moment, quietly anticipated by everyone involved. Nicklaus, now free from contractual restraints, could finally consider new ventures. But the end of the non-compete also set the stage for the next confrontation, as old agreements gave way to new ambitions and unresolved tensions. In early 2021, a meeting was arranged at the Bears Club in Florida, a familiar ground for Jack Nicklaus, but this time the stakes were business, not golf. The request came from inside Nicklaus Companies to meet with representatives from Golf Saudi to discuss a potential design project. Jackie Nicklaus, Jack's son, helped organize the gathering. John Reese and Paul Stringer, both senior executives at the company, joined the discussion. The original agenda was straightforward: explore the possibility of designing a course in Saudi Arabia, with Nicklaus's design imprint as the main draw. What began as a routine business development session soon took on a different tone. During the meeting, the conversation drifted beyond architecture. Golf Saudi floated the idea of Nicklaus taking a leadership role in a new league, an offer Jack declined, citing his loyalty to the PGA Tour. At the time, no one in the room treated the exchange as controversial. But months later, this single meeting would be cited in legal filings, reframed as evidence of Nicklaus overstepping his role and threatening company interests. What started as a company-directed proposal quietly became the first spark in a much larger conflict, setting off a chain of events that would move private boardroom tension into the glare of a legal battle. In May 2022, a legal complaint filed in New York set off a storm unlike anything Jack Nicklaus had faced before. Buried in the dense language of the corporate filing was a phrase that would echo far beyond the courtroom. The company said Nicklaus had to be saved from himself. This was not a leak or a rumor. It was a statement authorized by the very company that bore his name, now entered into the public record. The timing was unmistakable. As the memorial tournament unfolded, an event Nicklaus had founded, news outlets seized on the complaint. Headlines dissected every word, amplifying the accusation until it became a global talking point. For fans and business partners alike, the idea that a legendary champion could be portrayed as a liability by his own company was both shocking and chilling. The complaint's language, once confined to legal documents, became the centerpiece of a reputation crisis. Within days, the story outpaced the golf world, raising questions about loyalty, power, and the risks of turning a living legacy into a corporate asset. Jack Nicklaus did not wait quietly for the court of public opinion to decide his fate. In Palm Beach County, he filed a personal lawsuit against Nicklaus companies, shifting the fight from boardroom disputes to a direct legal challenge. The complaint targeted two damaging claims: that he had secretly pursued a $750 million offer to join the Saudi-backed LY Golf League, and that he was suffering from dementia and no longer fit to manage his affairs. Both allegations, Nicklaus argued, were not only false but calculated to destroy his standing in the world he helped shape. This was more than a business disagreement. It was a battle for his dignity and legacy, fought in his own backyard. By taking legal action in Florida, Nicklaus aimed to reclaim control of his story, confronting the rumors head-on and demanding accountability from those he once trusted. The suit set the stage for a high-stakes confrontation, with the legend himself leading the charge to protect his name and reputation. Legal. Stacks of legal documents landed in front of the jury, each one spelling out exactly how Jack Nicklaus's legacy had been divided and controlled. Contract. The original 2007 contract, signed for $145 million, detailed the exclusive licensing of his name, image, and design work to Nicklaus companies. Inside. Within those pages, jurors found clauses that handed decision-making power to a corporate board, not to the man whose signature graced every course. Emails. Internal emails entered as evidence revealed how company executives debated strategies for handling Nicklaus's future involvement. Some discussed the risk of letting him operate independently. Others weighed the optics of public statements. Golf Saudi. One memo outlined talking points for managing press inquiries after the Golf Saudi meeting, showing how quickly a business proposal could become a reputational fault line. Depositions. During depositions, Nicklaus company's leaders admitted under oath that they authorized the filing of legal complaints timed to coincide with major golf events, amplifying the impact. Maneuvering. In court, excerpts from these depositions and emails painted a picture of a brand driven as much by legal maneuvering as by golf tradition. Balance of power. The evidence gave jurors a rare look at the mechanics behind a sports legacy, where contract language, internal strategy, and public messaging collided, and where the balance of power could be traced line by line to the documents on the table. The jury's decision arrived with the weight of history behind it. In a Palm Beach County courtroom, 6 men and women delivered a verdict that stunned the golf world. Nicklaus Companies was ordered to pay Jack Nicklaus $50 million in damages. The verdict form spelled it out in unambiguous language. The company's actions had exposed Nicklaus to ridicule, hatred, mistrust, distrust, or contempt. The jury found the harm was real, not hypothetical, and that the damage to his reputation could not be measured in headlines alone. The award, 5 times greater than what Nicklaus earned during his entire playing career, sent a message that extended far beyond the courtroom walls. Outside, reporters crowded around Nicklaus's attorney, Eugene Stearns, who called the outcome a long overdue vindication. Nicklaus himself, stoic through the proceedings, allowed a rare smile as news of the verdict rippled through the press. Social media erupted. #GoldenBear trended as fans and fellow athletes voiced support, many seeing the victory as a restoration of honor for a living legend. Meanwhile, Nicklaus companies released a measured statement insisting the company's brand would endure and that the matter was a business dispute, not a personal attack. But for Nicklaus, the jury's words mattered most. After years of public doubt and private strain, the verdict restored not just his name, but the meaning behind it, a legacy reclaimed, and a warning to any company that seeks to own the story of a champion. Across all 8 moments, one truth emerges. Even legends can lose control of their own legacy. In the world of sports empires, contracts and courts now rival championships for lasting impact. Reputation is not just earned on the course, it is tested in the boardroom. The stakes have never been higher.